Hello, world of investors. As always, your host Els here. Just always a quick reminder, the most effective and easiest way to provide feedback are those like and dislike options on this video. This helps the channel kind of see through what videos are gaining traction, which ones are relevant out in the industry. As well, if you feel that this is adding value to how you engage with investments, whether that be personal or institutional or through retail clients, we always appreciate you becoming a valued subscriber to the channel, and we will keep you updated if you go ahead and select that bell option next to subscribe. Thank you as always for your feedback. Let's get right into it. What if you could quickly find alternate asset classes? Today's walkthrough is through the research tab, and we'll show you how to find alternates. Let's go. So from here, we already kind of started this. BMO Canadian Equity Fund. Again, I'm not specific on any mutual fund or segregated fund shelf. Everything has merit, everything has value. So you go ahead and do what your thoughts are. I can give recommendations in future videos, but at this point, we're just trying to show features in MSAWS. So from here, again, you search what you're looking for. That might be an existing shelf, something that you're working with or a company you're working with or enjoy, or it might be a competitor. And so you'd bring that up, you'd find it, you find the equivalent series that you're looking for. So in this example, equity series A, that's going to be your traditional MER. And then from there, you simply select find alternate. Now it doesn't stop there. You're going to get your star ratings and such. You're going to want to sort by basics. And then basics is going to give you kind of fund codes and portfolio score and those things. You can always sort, even do snapshot as well, which will also give you kind of the star rating, the equity class. It'll break down what the series really means. And then from there, again, so that's just the database view. So from there, your search results are all based on three things: Morningstar rating, analysis rating, and equity or category. So in this example, Canadian equity. So from here, BMO Canadian equity at the top as the alternate, and then it gives you every other mutual fund shelf that has a Canadian equity option, right? Based on that star rating and the analyst rating. So I'll show you those two things in a second, but it's pretty nice to go ahead right away and you get, I got 2 pages here of everything out there that is somewhat comparable. Now, again, we all can agree MSAWS creates their categories, and sometimes in broad strokes, but still, it's going to save you a lot of time when you're trying to find comparables. So from here, if you don't see what you're looking for on the shelf that you're working with, you can go ahead and modify these. So again, greater than, equal to, 4. So if we went 2, I'll show you the difference here. So keep it at 4, hit run search, 263. If I go ahead and jump it to 3, I almost basically doubled my search results. Go down to 2, same thing. Even that's a full-on double. But you can also change your analyst rating, or you can just go ahead. It's already pre-populated all these variables, these kind of codes here, and data kind of sentences. So you can go ahead and just delete rows if you're really not concerned about those things. That's just going to be the default advanced search variables they're using. So a lot of times I'll take both of these out because I'm just trying to find the category first. But if we rerun the search, sorry, I was going to take this bracket out. So we rerun the search. It's going to give you exactly that same, like 532 here, items found. You hit OK. It'll repopulate this again. You have your original one. Coincidentally, just alphabetically, it pops up. It wouldn't usually be right there. And I can go ahead and say, okay, what other Canadian equities in Series A option come up that, again, they're here and they're somewhat here, 2 or more, which we see that this one is only 2 stars anyway. So from here, we'll take that one, we'll take that one, we'll do, this is not telling us, yeah, you know what, let's use that one. It says commission-based advice, so it's going to be similar to the A series, maybe an advisor series even. So we'll do fidelity, and we'll grab maybe one more on our second page here. That's the nice thing about MSAWS is the clicks, the check boxes that you select, they are going to carry forward onto the next pages. So you're not lost on those things that you select. Perfect. And let's just throw one more. So that's fine. From here, you can right click and select graph, or you can hit graph up here, which is easier. It's going to, again, pull all the check marks from any of the previous screens that you were looking at through the search results. Right away, you're going to jump to investment growth. You have all of the funds that you thought were comparable, and you have a quick earliest common chart. So all this does for you really is it's going to quickly say, like, I mean, sure, they might be slightly different strategies inside these mandates, but it's going to say, I mean, flat out, which one did better, right? That's going to be, it's going to be specific in general at the same time, but I mean, it's pretty easy to see number 7 here, Invesco Pure Canadian Equity, really done well. Now, again, it also dropped almost the most right here, which we'll see in a different chart, and but it also rose the most, right? So not to say that this is, again, your black and white option that you're going to pick, but it'd be a way you might start your research. And you might want to pull other ones out though, right? So number 3 as an example, like the actual first one we picked here, it really didn't do that well. So we could pull that out. We could pull number 1 out. Both the big, unfortunately, the big 3 banks didn't do that well with this one. We pull those out and we jump all our numbers up. Our new number 1 is the Canada Life, as in the number 1 option, or let's say the number 1 fund being compared. And then here's all your other ones. So again, for this example, we would pull Canada Life out of there as well. And then for now, again, there's tight grouping here, and then we have 2 kind of outliers. At least here it is, and then of course Invesco later here. So that's the light blue Franklin. And then from there, though, if we felt like, I mean, that's a tighter group, we can kind of just look at the next report. So from here, it's going to give you a similar chart saying, I mean, here's our since inception, but then it's going to give you a nice cumulative. So again, all those years added up together. It then gives you a simplified annualized. So again, all those years averaged that you had got a 10% every single year over all the ups and downs included. And if we look here, we can segment and say, okay, yep, Invesco did have the best out of the entire, which for this, since it is earliest common, it is matching them apples to apples. So from this exact start for all of them to this exact end, this one had the highest annualized average. Coincidentally, of course, highest cumulative return. And then it gives you a breakdown. If it all started at 10 grand, initial value, here's where your end outcomes would be, right? So drastically different over a 12-year period here, basically. From here, it gives you kind of a further kind of microscope in on what those individuals look like, right? So years, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. Again, inception is less relevant unless these numbers are close to each other. So for these examples, none of them are really close. So I wouldn't put too much weight on this metric as, I mean, a deciding factor. I would really look here, 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 and then MER, right? Long-term performance will just, again, slightly more indicative of what the future might hold for the experience that you or however you engage with investments might be. So that, again, it's you personally, institutionally, or as you helping retail clients. So from here, Fidelity has a great 3-year, but then the best is IG for 5-year. Well, actually, sorry, Fidelity again. And then the best 10-year quickly in the Invesco, right? So again, you can tell that there's quite a year they had here, which is helping tip the scale on some of these other numbers. But consistently, some of these other funds have done better on a 3-year average, right? So just, it kind of helps lift up the hood and see a little bit more that what's going on. And all that's created by just doing the find alternate option. So hope this is helpful. If you have any feedback throughout this video, again, please leave comments, direct message as well. You can reach us on all our social channels, which is all in the notes below this video. If you have any other questions though, always happy to chat and have discussions further on how we can use systems like this or others to provide some more clarity and insight on, I mean, how are we deciding on our choices going forward with the asset allocation that we use with our personal, institutional, or retail investments. Thanks, investing world. Take care.